As the bombings continue, so does the misery. Just over the last month, according to the UN, close to 700,000 Ukrainians have been forced out of their homes. Over the summer, there were actually more refugees re-entering the country than leaving. That's turned around again, and experts say likely to get worse. People who had been holding out, with winter now setting in, may have to give up.
If there's widespread power outages and, sub-zero temperatures, there's just not a possibility for people to stay.
The numbers are staggering. Inside Ukraine, an estimated 5.9 million people are displaced. The number forced out of the country is even bigger. More than 7.8 million fled to Europe. Canada's contribution? 132,000 refugees were brought to this country. The reaction was quick and bipartisan, although uneven.
Different provinces have decided to do different things. So, some of the maritime provinces have been very proactive, even chartering planes and getting people to Canada. Other provinces have been a little bit like, well, if they come, we'll deal with it.
In the first weeks of the war, there was a rush to get out. About 200,000 people were leaving every day. We were on the ground in Poland and Western Ukraine. Most of the people we met didn't know where they were going, only that they couldn't stay. This girl's family said they were waiting for a bus. They didn't know the destination. They did know it was better than being at home. She says she and her family spent 5 nights hiding in their basement. Now, with that sense of urgency, the European Union dropped the regular asylum system and granted Ukrainians temporary protected status. In Canada, it was called temporary resident status. It gave displaced Ukrainians immediately access to healthcare, education, and the ability to work. Refugee advocates have praised the reaction, but also pointed out how different it is from the way refugees from the Middle East and Africa have been treated in recent years.
It stands out because it is in stark relief to the welcome or lack thereof for people from other places, and even, frankly, for people who were in Ukraine from other countries. So African students or international students from elsewhere who were racialized, who were studying in Ukraine, and when they went across the border were told, no, this is for Ukrainians.
Now, there are challenges ahead for the millions of Ukrainians outside their country. When the conflict ends, do they try to stay where they've settled or try to go home? And if they choose to return, then there's the question of what are they going back to? Mike Armstrong, Global News, Montreal.